Good morning, boys and girls. It is Thursday, April 23rd, 2020. I am so excited. It's show and tell day. Today for show and tell, you guys get to bring anything you like. We're going to be doing our show and tell at 11 a.m., so I hope that you can join us. And I'll be doing that screen sharing again, so that way you guys can see each other. Hope you guys got your updated reading books. I did re-upload everything last night, and so hopefully you guys were able to read those books a little bit easier. Make sure that you're ready for Friday. We're going to do a reading group with a Google Meet with just a couple of people. So make sure that you do your part by reading those books a couple times, okay? Today you're going to need your storybook. We're going to continue adding to those stories. You're going to need some paper, markers and a crayons and a pencil. So we're going to be doing our word wall with our colors today. So first up, you know what it is. We're going to do our sound practice. Here we go. We're just going to say the sound today instead of the letters. A lot of these are stuck together sounds. So like two or three letters that go together that we say together as a chunk. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Ooh, that didn't work. Ing, sp, ter, a, and we've learned from the schwa sound that sometimes says spur, ink, a, o, old, ild, and that's it today. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our fingers ready. Hopefully you guys are finding it easier and easier to go ahead and read those bigger words when you're seeing them in your books, because now you've been practicing them for 5 weeks, actually even longer than that, because we did it at school with how to see those chunks. So hopefully this is making things so much easier for you guys. So here we go. Sp, uff, spuff, not a word. Sp, spurf, not a word. Sp, spurf, not a word. Spurt, not a word. Spurted, not a word. Spurting. Oops, sorry guys, I tapped that out wrong. Tell me you're still cool, Mrs. Howe. Let's try it again. Ready? Spurting. 2-syllable word. Gonna need 2 pounds on that. Spitting. Ooh, spitting is a word. Spit. Spit is a word. Ooh, look at that. I has nothing after it, so it's going to be an open syllable, so I'm going to say its name. Here we go. Spy. Spy is a word, but it actually should have a Y at the end. Spunk, not a word. Conch, like a conch shell. Flunk, not a word. Fling, like if you fling something, it means you throw it across the room. Flow is a word, but guess what? This would be O-W. It's one of the other spellings. Flope, not a word. Flurp, not a word. Flip, that is a word. Nice job, my friends. You guys are getting probably really fast at those. I wish I could hear you guys. Maybe we will do it during our reading groups. We'll go through those so I can hear all of you guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and break down our syllables. Hopefully this is making reading a lot easier for you too. So first step is, what is it? Yell it at the computer. We are going to break down our syllables. We're looking for our vowels. I see an A. Ooh, look at that. It's a bossy R. So we're going to put the A-R together because it is a bossy R. And I see another vowel. I see an E. Ooh, but look at, I see a syllable chunk there, a syllable type, which is L-E, just like in people this week. Okay, so let's go ahead and see, can I find my consonants? Okay, there we go. Now remember, I gotta keep this together. Okay, I gotta keep that together. So now, since I'm gonna keep that together, I'm going to break it apart after the first vowel because that's typically what I do. So let's go ahead and read this. Ready? Let's put our SP, oh my goodness. Let's put our SP together. Here we go. Sp, R, spar, cull, sparkle. Is sparkle a word? It sure is. So I'm going to keep that together. Okay. Here we go. Let's find our vowels. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay. Let's find our vowels. Here we go. I and, oh, I see another vowel at the end. But you guys remember that LE I got to keep together. And I'm actually going to put that Z next to it also, so that I can make sure that I say that sound. Now I'm going to break it apart. Oh, look what else I see. I see a double letter, a double consonant. So I have to break that apart. So now this is going to be closed. So it's going to make the I sound. So let's go ahead and tap this out. Ready? Der, is, driz, zl, drizzle. So that's the word drizzle. Today it was drizzling. It means rain's coming down slowly. Okay, let's see our vowels. Right here, I got an I, and then I have, oh, look at that. I have my LE, but oh, look at, I see my LE, and I'm going to put my T with it. I put the letter before it. I'm sorry, guys. For sparkle, I messed up, and I didn't keep my K with it, and then I got to keep that K because remember with my LE, I always put that letter that's first. Okay, so let's see. So I'm going to go ahead, and I have one consonant here, and I'm going to divide after that vowel. So let's, oh, look at that. That says now I have nothing after that, nothing after that vowel. So that is going to be open right there. So it's going to say the I sound. So here we go. T, I, tie, tul, title. Title is the name of a book. Awesome job, you guys. Okay, so for WordWall today, you're going to want to pause this or go to the Google Slides when we're all done. And you are going to go ahead and do the Mix It, Fix It. And you also are going to want to unscramble them and then do them with markers and crayons. And once you unscramble them, you're going to want to write them correctly, okay? If you're someone who totally knows how to write these words without looking, then put some challenge words here, maybe from the poems. Okay, so last week we talked about the rules of K and C, when you would use the K or the C, depending on when you hear the K sound. And we talked about the cat. You make that cat with the cute little A, O, and U with its face. And then the other vowels and Y go with K. And you can think about it as, oh, excuse me, a kite. And so today I want to try to just brainstorm some words to see if we can figure out if it would go with a C or a K. Okay, so let's see. Can you think of a word? Well, I thought of a word, keep. Eep. So what do you hear? I hear an E. So is that going to be a K or a C? Tell the computer. That's going to be a K. Eep. Okay, let me think. Can you think of another word for me? Let's see. Cold. Cold. Is that going to be a K or a C? Old. Oh, I hear an O, so it's going to be an O. Okay, let's see. Oh, I hear the word cute. Cute. Do you hear a U? I hear a U. So that's going to be a C word. Okay. Next, let's think. Oh, now I have a word that's my name. And names don't necessarily follow these rules because my name is Katie, but it's spelled with a K, and that's because it's a proper noun. Proper nouns typically don't follow the rules all the time. So my name would be a rule breaker word for if it should be a K or a C. Can you guys think of another one? I can think of candy. Ooh, would candy be a K or a C? And what do you hear? I hear an A. Do you hear an A? Candy. Oh no, these made these all uppercase and I want them all lowercase. Okay. I can think of another word like a cat, but it's kitten. What do you hear? I hear an I. Let's see. Kitten. Kitten would start with K. Okay. Let's see if we can think. Now, Kyle is a proper noun right here, but it is, remember I told you proper nouns sometimes don't follow the rules, but sometimes they do. So that one would follow that rule. Can you guys think of another one? Candle. I hear candle. I hear an A. Candle. There we go. So today, go ahead and take a look at your books and see if you can find some other K and C words and see if they follow the rules. Just kind of keep your eyes open for it, because then that will help you with your spelling. Okay, so today we're going back to our My View books. And so remember how we talked about how it's easier to look at the questions before we do our reading. And so today we're going to be reading our informational poems again, and we're going to find text structure. So informational text have an organizational pattern, which means the way that they're presented. The information can describe a topic. So write a word or phrase to describe these seasons. Look back at what you underlined in the text. And so we're going to be looking for a word from the text to describe spring. We're looking for a word to describe summer, or a phrase. A phrase is a group of words. Or we're looking for a word or a phrase to describe autumn or fall. Okay, so those are the things you want to be thinking about as we read them. Now, I'm actually going to go over here to a different version so I can highlight today, because it will make things easier for me. Okay, so this is Kami, and this is on your Google. You guys can actually open anything with Kami that I send you, and then you can highlight on it, write on it, do anything you want to with it. So it's just a good option. So this is something I uploaded so I could highlight on it. So if you ever get that option with Kami, open with Kami, this is a kind of a cool way to do it. So I love spring. So let's go ahead and read the poem. You guys help me, okay? I know you're reading just to the computer, but I'm trusting that you're going to do your part. Here we go. When grass grows green, speckled eggs fill woven nest, showers soak, seeds sprout, flowers bloom. Underline the words that the author uses to describe spring. Can you guys find some words that the author uses to describe spring? Can you find a word that's going to be used to describe spring? I see that the author uses that the showers soak. So I'm going to go ahead and underline showers soak. Well, let's see if this is going to work for me, guys. I tried it before, and now, oh no. I tried to make sure this would work before. Let's see what Mrs. Howell is doing wrong. Oh no. Well, you know what, guys? Sometimes things work and sometimes things don't. And when I practiced this before, see, I was practicing, it was working great, and now it's not. So let's see if this will work. Showers soak. Oh, that part worked. Okay, sometimes you gotta try things a couple different ways in order for it to work. That's okay. We'll keep trying different ways. So showers soak. That's one way that the author describes spring. What else? The flowers bloom. That's one way that the author describes spring. Crocuses pop, daffodils open, then lilacs spread their sweet smell. Salamanders slither out from under mossy rocks. Ducklings follow all in a row. We hold rabbits, lambs, puppies, and chicks. Spring is the time to dig and plant. But then summer comes and, oh, look at that ellipsis. Highlight a detail that connects to a personal experience that you've had in spring. Well, I can't highlight what you've had, but I can with something that I've had. And I'm going to mark it with this box highlighter here. Right now in my front yard, I have crocuses. Crocuses are little tiny plants. I don't have any daffodils, so I can't really relate to that. These are lilacs right here. Lilacs are beautiful, but they actually give me a headache, so I don't actually keep them. We don't have salamanders really in our area, but I do have a duckling family that's in my yard. I don't have rabbits or lambs or puppies or chicks, but I do dig plants right now. So those are some personal experiences. A personal experience means it's happened to you. So think about something that's happened to you. I love summer too. The sun shines strong and hot. You can wear a straw hat or go barefoot in the grass. Bees sip, frogs hop, butterflies flutter, and land. We taste strawberries and lemonade, watermelon, ice cream. Underline the words the author uses to describe summer. Ooh, can you guys find some? I see a lot over here. Can you guys find some? So the sun shines strong and summer is hot. Those are some ways. And can I point out that this is such a neat way that the author wrote flutter, because this makes my brain kind of flutter in my eyes, and that's exactly what a butterfly does. That's a great way for the author to show me that. Shorebirds scurry and peck. I hear the roar of the ocean waves. Summer is a time to splash and swim, but then autumn comes and, oh, there's that ellipsis. I love autumn too. Wind whips, seeds scatter. We pull up our hoods and zip up our jackets. Leaves turn and fall. So you see how the fall word falls down? And that kind of makes my brain do that. Orange maple, red oaks, yellow ash. We pick pumpkins, taste apples, pears, and pies. Highlight the detail about autumn that connects to a personal experience. Okay, same thing. My experience is going to be different than your experience, but I can highlight the things that remind me. So I have some really big trees in my backyard, and they turn and fall every autumn. I have a maple tree in my backyard. I don't have any oak trees or ash trees. We do pick pumpkins and taste apples. We don't really taste pears in the fall, or we don't really make very many pies. And I love to pull on my hood and kind of get cozy. Those are my personal experiences. Geese honk and head south. Chipmunks store acorns in a secret spot. Autumn is the time to rake and jump, but then winter comes and, oh, there's that ellipsis again. The cold, I love winter too. The cold brings icicles and snowflakes that swirl. Underline the words that the author used to describe autumn. So what are some words that she uses to describe autumn? What happens in autumn? The geese honk. Chipmunks store acorns. Autumn's a time to rake. Nice. We make snow angels and then sip hot chocolate. Another ellipsis. Horses grow thick coats to keep warm. Chickadees search for seeds. Snow blankets, branches and buds. Snow blankets, branches and buds. Animals leave their tracks. See how this kind of makes me feel like they're the word is their tracks. Words and pictures can help you learn about unknown words. Underline the word that helps you understand what tracks are. How does the picture help you? So one, I can see a picture right here of tracks, and it tells me that they leave their tracks. Another thing that helps me is the word tracks. Look at how they've written it. Those are some tools that the author gave me. We wear hats and mittens, scarves and skates. Wintertime is a time to coast and slide. Then spring comes and, oh, there's that ellipsis. I love spring. And you see how the author did a circle. They cycled back to the seasons. Okay, so I need us to go back to the text and think about one word or phrase that we underlined in the text. So I know I X'd out of our thing, so let's go back to spring. What was some of the words I used underlined to think about spring? I said the showers soak, and that would be a phrase because there's multiple words together. That's what makes it a phrase. So showers soak. And I don't want that to be uppercase because it's not at the beginning of a sentence. Okay, I need a word to describe summer. Let's go back and think about what Mrs. Howell highlighted. And I said the sun shines strong. So in summer, the sun shines strong. And then autumn was another name for fall. Let's think about what the author said. And I highlighted quite a few things about personal experiences. And then what were some things that I highlighted to describe fall? I said about raking, because that's what my family has to do because of our trees in the back. Raking leaves. Okay, so great job, guys, finding some highlights in our poems. So right now we're going to do a Nugo Noodle. It is actually a consonant song. I thought it would be perfect since we've been doing so many consonants. So this one you can actually sit down and move your arms, or you can stand up and dance.
Consonant swag. Woo! Yeah. Nerdy by nature. Let's do it. Two consonants were swagging down the street, dressed to the nines and rocking to the beat. One said to the other, yo, will you be my friend? And that was the start of a consonant blend. Yeah, blend them up. Woo.
Okay, let's say blend.
All right, here we go. B&L mix, like in blender and bless. P&R mix, like in proud and press. S&N mix, like in snack and snap. S&L mix, like in slip, slick and slap. P&L mix, like in plastic and play. G&R mix, like in green grass and gray. C&L mix, like in clap and clip. F&L mix, like in flap, flop and flip. Whoa, bro, I'm flipping out. Two consonants were texting one day. They were all like, LOL and Jay. One said to the other, hey, will you be my friend? And that was the start of a consonant blend. LMJ, like, I can't even. S&T mix, like in stupendous distinct. DNR mix, like in dragon and drink. FNR mix, like in frog and frame. BNR mix, like in brick, break and brain. S&K mix, like in skinny and skills. TNR mix, like in tricky and trills. TNH mix, like in them, there and they. SNH mix, like in shake and shade. No throwing shade though. Another diagram. Two consonants were chilling in a boat. The boat tipped over and they both started to float. One said to the other, will you be my friend? And that was the start of a consonant blend. And a trigraph. Blend them up.
Trigraph.
Blend them up, blend them up, blend them up. S&P mix, like in spit and spot. SQU mix, like in squad and squat. S&W mix, like in swag and sweet. T&W mix, like in twig and tweet. S&C mix, like in scoot and scar. S&M mix, like in smooth and smart. G&L mix, like in glow stick and glue. C&R mix, like crazy with my crew. Nerdy by nature. Two consonants were swagging down the street, dressed to the nines and rocking to the beat. Alright, one said to the other, hey, will you be my friend? And that was the start of a consonant blend. Smooth. Dope. You know, for whatever reason, I'm in a mood for like a smoothie. Is that a consonant blend? Or a diagram?
Let's see if we got our points, guys. Nice job. Happiness is going fast. Okay, so we are continuing to add to our story. So I hope today what you were able to do was add a little bit more detail to your story. Okay, I was actually doing a writing lesson with somebody today, and we were able to take their story map and add to their details and get pages, the next couple pages. So I want to remind you about my story. Nora and Desmond are my main characters. Mr. Howell and the cats are the second supporting characters. Setting is my house. Haven't come up with a title yet. The cats are going crazy for food, and Nora and Desmond have to come up with a plan. So here's the beginning of my story. One morning, I woke up to a horrible noise. It was my cats meowing like crazy. It wasn't time for them to eat, but they looked very hungry. Nora said it was Desmond's turn to feed them, and Desmond said it was Nora's turn. So now I got to try to think about, okay, so think about my story. The cats were meowing like crazy because they needed food. So, oh no, they started to fight. And I'm going to put quotation marks because they're going to be talking It is not my turn. They said. The cats didn't care whose turn it was. They were going nuts. And this is a true story. My cats go crazy if they don't get fed first thing in the morning. So I might draw a picture of Nora and Desmond yelling at each other and the cats over here meowing. Mr. Howell stepped into the kitchen. He said, oh, I'm going to put in a quotation mark. You need to figure out a plan. So Mr. Howell stepped into the kitchen. He said, you need to figure out a plan. Nora and Desmond looked at each other. So I wonder what they're going to do for their plan. I'm going to add some more detail tomorrow to let you know. So here's my story. One morning I woke up to a horrible noise. It was the cats meowing like crazy. It wasn't time for them to eat, but they looked very hungry. Nora said it was Desmond's turn to feed them. Desmond said it was Nora's turn. Oh no, they started to fight. It is not my turn, they said. The cats didn't care whose turn it was. They were going nuts. Mr. Howell stepped into the kitchen. He said, you need to figure it out, a plan. Nora and Desmond looked at each other. Ooh, I wonder how I'm going to continue this story. So see today if you guys can add some more detail to your story. Okay, so we've been doing 3D shapes. Hopefully you guys were able to find some 3D shapes. I want to remind you guys, a couple people got it wrong on the check-in form. Cubes only have 6 faces because we have the 1, 2, 3, 4 round and then 5 and 6. Same with rectangular prisms. Remember, there's also 2 different kinds of faces. You can have that flat face and then a curved face, like the cylinder and the sphere has a curved face, and the cone also has a, and today you have a special challenge, so wait to hear about that. Okay, so we're gonna be, this is a cute story, a little song about 3D shapes.
3D shapes. I know cube, cone, sphere, and cylinder. Cube, cone, sphere, and cylinder. Shapes. 3D shapes. I know cube, cone, sphere, and cylinder. Cube, cone, sphere, and cylinder. Cube, 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 cube. Can't you see? Can't you see? You look like a dice.
See the
You
squares.
look like a dice. Roll with me. Roll with me. Cone, 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 cone. Can't you see? Can't you see? You look like a party hat. You look like a party hat. Dance with me. Dance with me. Cube. Cube. Dice. Dice. Cone.
Cone.
Cone. Party hat. Party hat. Shapes. 3D shapes. I know cube, cone, sphere, and cylinder. Cube, cone, sphere, and cylinder. Shapes. 3D shapes. I know cube, cone, sphere, and cylinder. Cube, cone, sphere, and cylinder. Sphere, 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 sphere. Can't you see? Can't you see? You look like a ball. You look like a ball. Bounce with me. Bounce with me. Cylinder, 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 cylinder. Can't you see? Can't you see? You look like a soda can. You look like a soda can. Shake with me. Shake with me. Sphere. Sphere. Ball. Ball. Cylinder. Cylinder. Soda can. Soda can. Shapes. 3D shapes.
Now, I want to point out something, guys. On here, they use the funny thing of like roll, where you roll a dice. But I have a question for you. Does a cube roll smoothly? It doesn't. It actually bounces kind of all over the place. So I would say kind of like drops and falls when they do that. So today, I have a big challenge for you guys. All you need is a little piece of paper, and you're going to make tally marks. Are you ready for this? Drum roll, please. I have a huge, enormous challenge of the day. Okay, what you need to do is you need to go around your house. So you're going to go around your home. So, and find 3D shapes. You have to say the correct name for the shape. And if you do, you get to put a tally mark. Okay? So like if I found this can of green beans here, I could say cylinder. And then I, on my piece of paper, now you guys can use your little notebook that I gave you, would put a tally mark. Okay? And then I keep going around and I find this box of crayons and I say rectangular prism. And if I do that, put a tally mark. Okay? If you, okay, so then email me or put it in Google Classroom by 8 o'clock on Thursday. The person with the highest total will have their name announced on the morning announcements. If you haven't listened to the morning announcements, Mr. Wahlberg and Dr. West have been doing the announcements. So what you gotta do is you just go around your house, find 3D shapes. If you say the correct name, now you can either, I would write these down so you guys know what they are. So you'd say cylinder, you get to put a tally mark. Cone, you get to put a tally mark. Every time you say the name of a real object and the real 3D shape name, you get to put a tally mark. Okay? When you're all done, count all your tally marks. And if you get 70, you're going to email me by 8 o'clock on Thursday and say, Miss Hall, I have 80, or I have 70, or I have 20. Okay? Person with the highest total, I will put your name into the morning announcements. It probably will be announced Friday or Monday, depending on when they pull out the names. So that sounds like pretty fun. Okay. So for Science Day, we are doing just patterns in the sky. So I want you guys to think about, we have a really easy pattern that happens here on Earth. We have a day and a night, and that's a pattern, guys. You can count on the fact that there will always be a night and a day and a night and a day and a night and a day. And so we have this pattern that happens over and over again. So day and night. Let's go ahead and read this together. Daylight or daytime is light. Night is dark. Day and night happen again and again. They make a pattern. Daylight comes from the sun. The sun appears to rise in the morning. The sky becomes light. The sun appears to move across the sky during the day. Then the sun appears to set in the evening. The sky gets dark. And this happens day after day after day. So every day, if I were to look at this mountain, it would go day and then night and day, night, and day, and night, and day, and night. I can count on that pattern. That's a pattern you will see in the sky. Now, we've learned about the sun before. Does the sun actually move? No, the sun is staying there. The earth is rotating, which is why we have that pattern. That's something really important to know, that's why we have that pattern of day and night. It's the rotation of the earth. Pretty easy science lesson today. So what you need to do with the video or now, you're going to unscramble those word wall. If you know how to spell all those word wall, challenge yourself to find some of those larger vocabulary words in the story, like crocus or let's see, what was another one? Drizzle. That was another one. I need you to add some more details to your story. Try to get another 2 pages done. If you haven't started working on your illustrations, maybe you want to do that. And then name the 3D shapes throughout the day. The highest total gets a shout out in the morning announcements. Email me by 8 o'clock tonight, which is Thursday. So you need email me, or I'm going to add this here. Email me or put it in your Google Classroom. So on the assignment, you can actually add that if you want to. Okay? If you don't know how to do that, then have your parents email me. Rest of your day, do 15 minutes of Lexia or Splash Learn. Read on Epic. I got an exciting email, guys. It told me you've read 200 books on Epic. That's pretty cool. And if you want to send me a video of your reading, you can attach it to your Google Classroom, or you can put it on Flipgrid. Listen to Mrs. Hell read aloud. I'm going to finish reading some more Sandra Boyd books today. We are going to be reading a book called The Opposite Book and Blue Hat, Green Hat, and then do your Google form for Thursday. So I miss you guys so much. I hope to see you guys for show and tell at 11 o'clock today, and I'll see you later. Bye, guys.